Happy Thursday afternoon, everyone. Meteorologist Andrew Wilson here with your weekend weather update. Ready to plan your weekend and give you an idea on what we can expect as far as the weather is concerned. You know, we've been dealing with a lot of big heat recently. Temperatures have been rising into the mid to upper 90s each day, and that's going to be the trend that is unfortunately going to carry on into the weekend. But it is July. This is typically our hottest time of the year, so we're pretty much on par for where we should be. Now, we're also going to be having the chance for a little bit of rain each day, which could also help to cool us off by just a little bit each afternoon. Something we're going to have to keep a close eye on. First of all, let's take a look at what we have going on right now here. For anybody who's watching live, of course, we like to do these updates every Thursday at 2:30. You can also watch it later on, and a lot of the weather information will still be familiar or similar for what you can expect for the weekend if you're watching this at a later date. So let's talk about what we have for today first. Again, the time lapse for today showing the sun come up, and then you see a few clouds starting to pop up into the sky as we make our way into this afternoon. Nothing too menacing, but some of those showers or some of those clouds could produce some showers as we head into the latter part of this afternoon. Looking out towards Sandy Springs, you can see that they have a little bit of those clouds starting to pop up as well. You see it out towards Truist Park, not far from the King and Queen Towers either. And then you see it down towards the airport, still seeing that form. And then, like what we just saw a moment ago within that time lapse, you see them starting to appear towards downtown and midtown. Now, today is expected to rise up to 96, 97 degrees. If we hit 97, it will be the hottest day of the year so far. Just yesterday, we tied for the third time rather, the hottest day in the year, the hottest temperature we've hit so far. July 1st, 20th, and 26th, we've all hit 96 degrees. And there you see on the 25th, we hit 95. On the 16th, 19th, and 21st of July, we hit 94. And you can see that a majority of these days that are on the hottest temperatures, the highest temperatures of the year, they've been in July. That trend continues as we head throughout the week ahead. Now, the past 30 days, you can see that we've been hitting 90 a lot. There are actually only, let's see here, 4 days in the last 30 days that we did not hit at least 90 degrees. And each of those days were at least 87 degrees or higher. So, yeah, it's been hot. Temperatures have been trending above average for the last 30 days for the most part. All but, let's see here, about 4 or 5 days have been at or below average over the last 30. And today we're going to be above average again. Again, we're expecting those temperatures to rise into the mid to upper 90s. Today will end up being 31 days that we've hit at least 90 degrees so far this year. And that trend, again, just going to continue as we head throughout the next week. Now, we do have an air quality alert in place for today. That means that the air quality could become unhealthy for sensitive groups as we head throughout the afternoon. That air quality likely going to continue to be an issue again for tomorrow, so just be ready for that. Now, radar not showing anything in the way of rain out there, really, at least not too much of it. We do have a few brief showers that are trying to start to form up here into far north and northeast Georgia. You see up towards the Clayton area, Clayton County, or moving into Clayton rather, and then into Helen. They have a few brief showers, even stretching down toward the Juneau area. We're seeing a few of those brief showers start to get going. Now, the majority of the rain has been off toward our north and west. Looking into portions of Tennessee, you see they had some of those showers just kind of withering away as we headed throughout the latter part of the morning, early part of the afternoon. Now we're going to have more pop-up showers like what we had the last couple of days here over North Georgia. Forecast track shows that we get to about 5:30 p.m. Again, a few isolated showers, just a 20% chance for rain today. So a majority of us will make it through today without a drop of rain, but know that some of those showers could be heavy at times. Temperatures then drop down to the 70s overnight tonight. We move into tomorrow afternoon, another day where we're going to have those pop-up isolated showers. Going to be a 20 to 30% chance for rain, and then we do that over again on Saturday. 70s for lows, rising into the 90s for highs. Going to be a 30% chance for rain there, and then another decent chance for rain on Sunday with a 30% chance. I say decent, still pretty low. You're not guaranteed rain each day, but you're going to have that chance. And any shower activity that we get is going to help to cool us off a little bit. Notice these temperatures. They're still going to be in the mid to upper 90s for highs each day before the rain forms. Once the rain forms, though, we could get a nice cool down with temperatures falling back down even into the 80s once that rain does occur. But that doesn't change the fact that we could hit the mid to upper 90s before that even occurs. 90 degrees is the average high for this time of year, and you can tell those temperatures are well above average. Rain chances as we head throughout the next week, you see a 30% chance in for Friday, 30% chance in for Saturday and Sunday, dropping down to just a slight chance again for Monday and Tuesday. So we have a good amount of rain chances in the forecast, right? But those rain chances are low. With them being so low, that means that we're going to not have as much coverage as far as the shower activity is concerned. We are expecting all of North Georgia to get less than half of an inch of rainfall, with the exception of some isolated spots that could get a heavy downpour here and there. But overall, less than half of an inch, and then some spots could make it through the next week without a drop of rain. Now, that's not good news. This is the reason why. It has been drier for Atlanta, at least at the airport. You notice that we are now in the exceptionally dry category. We have only had 6 measurable days with rainfall here at Hartsville Jackson International. Now, you may be saying, hold up, we had a ton of rain last week. How are we still trending dry? Well, that rain missed the airport. So there are some areas that have not been as lucky as far as the rain is concerned. But we're not hurting that bad. And you're going to see why in just a moment. You're going to see an update from the Drought Monitor that's going to show a lot of improvement. But again, that's not going to be in the books on the numbers. You see that the rainfall for the year, we're still behind, and again, that's because that is the rain gauge at the airport, and the airport has missed out on the rainfall really as we've headed throughout the last couple of weeks as far as the heaviest rain is concerned. But we don't have any abnormally dry conditions here throughout the entire state, and yes, here in North Georgia, we'll also have not abnormally dry, despite the fact that the airport has been missing out on the rain. You could say, I guess, maybe right at Hartsville Jackson, they're at abnormally dry conditions, but the rest of the area, we've had such heavy rainfall at times that, again, it's not a concern. Now, out towards the tropics, we do have a medium chance for tropical development. There's the system popping up there. Sometimes it has trouble showing up on the map. But you see that we have a medium chance for tropical development after an area of low pressure came off of the coast of Africa. It's a tropical wave expected to move closer onto the Lesser Antilles as we head throughout the next 7 days, and that's going to be where it has that medium chance for development. If it does get a name, our next name on the list is Emily. You know, we really haven't had a lot of tropical activity here so far this year. The Atlantic Basin is really warm at the moment, down there towards the equator, stretching into the Gulf. But the reason why we haven't had so much tropical development, there has been some Saharan dust. That does impact things. And then also there's been a lot of shear. And shear and Saharan dust can really squash your ability to have tropical development, which we like. We don't want the tropical development, right? But you may hear a lot of people talking on maybe social media or on the radio saying, oh goodness, the Atlantic's so hot. Now, yes, that is a threat that we could end up having if the shear weakens and the Saharan dust goes away, that we could end up having a lot of tropical cyclones develop. But it is an El Nino pattern this year. And when we have an El Nino pattern, that typically means that the shear stays stronger, typically, and we end up having not as much development in the Atlantic. So yes, it is hot, something we're going to continue to watch, especially as we head into the peak of hurricane season. That's going to be for the latter part of August and the first couple of weeks of September, rather. That's typically when also some of the bigger tropical systems that have impacted the northern Gulf of Mexico have occurred. Those are the same systems that tend to loop up and end up impacting us here in North Georgia. Think about Katrina, Camille, Gustav, Isaac, Harvey. Those are all storms that occurred in the last 2 months of August, first 2 weeks of September, right there around the peak. So something we'll keep a close eye on, especially for that time of year. But again, it's an El Nino year, so we may end up really not seeing much activity at all. Something to keep a close eye on, though. The season doesn't end until November 30th, so we still have a lot of the year, or a lot of the season, rather, for the tropical hurricane season in the Atlantic to go. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast. Again, not expecting any tropical systems here in North Georgia this week, but it is going to be hot. Temperatures rising into the mid to upper 90s for highs each day, 96 to 97 for the high each day. So that would be tying us for the hottest temperature of the year so far, or beating it each day. We're in a heat wave right now. We're going to stay in it. So don't expect this heat to go anywhere anytime soon, and make sure that you're just doing your best to try to stay safe with this heat. Look at the rain chances. They stay low, only at a 20 to 30% chance each day. You see the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook showing that we're going to have possibly above average temperatures. That would be around mid-90s for highs, like what we're dealing with right now. So this trend may also continue as we head throughout that first full week of August. And then the amount of rainfall we see is going to be possibly just above average, so nothing too out of the normal, but maybe a little bit more rainfall there as we headed throughout the first week of August. But of course, if you're at the airport or around it, you need that rain. So I hope that you can get some of that rainfall, but everyone else, we could use a little bit of a break from some of that shower activity. Take a look at your weekend getaways. If you plan on doing any big trips here starting tomorrow and all the way through Monday, here's what you can expect. In the Savannah area and over towards Charleston, scattered showers and storms going to be possible there for Friday and into Saturday. Sunday and Monday, rain chances are going to be as high there. You notice for Lakeland near Sunday, a few isolated storms are going to be possible. Mostly cloudy, though, mainly for Saturday. Temperatures rising into the 90s each day. It's going to be great weather to be out on the water, but make sure that you have a way to receive weather alerts. Of course, the 11 Alive app, a great way to do that. We'll actually give you an update from the 11 Alive app here in just a moment. Looking down towards Destin, you see that they are going to be drier there for Friday and Saturday, so maybe you take that extra day off from work on Friday. Head on down there and have yourself a nice vacation. Your Peach State outlook over the next 3 days looking pretty good. You see that we do have the chance for showers and storms mainly down towards Savannah. And remember, we're going to have a few showers and storms possible in Atlanta, but not going to be as impactful for us. And then finally, your Georgia State Park forecast. Looking like a good day for hiking tomorrow, with the exception of down towards Skidaway Island, where we're going to have a little bit more in the way of thunderstorm activity. Your best time for hiking tomorrow is going to be in the morning, because for the afternoon, middle to latter part of the day, that's going to be our better chance for some shower and thunderstorm activity, not just for us here in North Georgia, but much of the state's going to be having that chance there. So I wanted to talk again real quick about the 11 Alive app. This is why. Take a look at the Explore Radar Map button there at the very top of the screen. You can have the radar with you whenever you're on the go. Know where some of those showers and storms are forming. Know your hourly forecast. That's real-time data there. It's 93 degrees right now in Atlanta as far as of 2:43 in the afternoon on Thursday. That means that, yes, this is now one of our hotter days of the year so far, and we're just going to see that temperature rise. Notice that we're expecting to hit 97 over the next few hours. You can hit the hourly tab, the daily tab, and then you can also watch newscasts live right there from your phone. Also, make sure that you download our app to your Roku or Fire TV, the 11 Alive Plus app. Great way to get extra news information right there at your fingertips. Let's say you see a news story that you really liked and you wanted to hear more about it. You can watch it right there on your Roku or Fire TV device, and you can watch extra weather updates just like the one you're watching right now. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. We'll have your next update on Monday. Don't forget that we do these updates every Monday and Thursday at 2:30 p.m. to plan out your week and also your weekend for the weather. And then, of course, you can catch 11 Alive news updates right there on 11 Alive on WXIA and on the ATL. And then also you can head over to 11alive.com and then also download that 11 Alive app. Have a wonderful week ahead of you. We'll keep you updated on everything right here at 11 Alive.